Okay, so I'm going to show you how I make Salisbury steak. Not something that I make very often, but I think for these times, I think it's apropos. So Salisbury steak is, you start with ground beef, and we're going to season the ground beef with some Parmesan cheese, some breadcrumbs, some fresh garlic, and I crush mine almost into a paste, and then an egg to kind of bind it all together, and then some salt and pepper. You just want to combine all these ingredients together, and this is going to flavor the ground beef, and this is going to be the base of the Salisbury steak itself. And now we're going to take a little bit of either vegetable oil or canola oil, some sort of light oil, and put it in a hot pan. We want the pan to be fairly hot because we want to get a really good crust on the outside of our steaks. We're going to shape this in sort of the classic Salisbury steak shape, which is basically an oval. Almost like a hamburger, but sort of an oval shape, just like that. And then we're going to put them right into our hot pan. While our Salisbury steak are cooking, I'm going to slice up some mushrooms. These are cremini mushrooms, but you could just use button mushrooms if you'd like, or shiitake mushrooms, portobello mushrooms, whatever you'd like. Pick the mushroom that you like the most. I think in the 60s and 70s, it was probably made with, those domestic button mushrooms that we can find in every supermarket. But now that we have such an array of mushrooms available to us, why not sort of upscale if you want? Let's take a look at all right, this is what you want to see. You want to see a nice crust on the outside of the steaks. You can see the fat from the steaks are in the pan, but we're going to utilize that to cook the onions and the mushrooms. This will actually help us make our gravy. For the gravy itself, we're going to saute the mushrooms and the onions so they're nice and soft. Then we're going to add some beef broth, or you can use chicken broth, it's up to you. Some Worcestershire sauce for a little tart flavor. Some tomato paste. The tomato paste will give it that sort of natural sweet tomato flavor, but also will help thicken the sauce as well, with a splash of half and half. In my opinion, the tomato paste and the half and half will actually give it a really good sauce consistency, so you don't necessarily need to add flour to thicken it. So I'm going to take the steaks out, and then I'm going to add the mushrooms and the onions right into the same pan until they get nice and soft and slightly caramelized. So now I'm going to start to add the components to finish the gravy. Some beef broth, splash of Worcestershire sauce, some tomato paste, and a splash of half and half. Okay. That's what it should look like.